Hey there, it's Simone. I'm here for another snippets from my desk video. I don't think I'm going to journal much today. We'll see. I have some things that I want to talk about and show. The first thing always is adding and updating my book journal. I didn't film a video last week, but I also didn't listen to many audiobooks. I did keep on listening to A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. However, that book is quite long, and it took me a while to get into the story, and then I had to return it to the library and wasn't finished. So I'm at 66%. I put it back on my holds list, and I'm waiting to get it back from the library to finish listening to it, but that will probably take a while. So I'm not going to add that. And then the next book that I read was, I made a list because I'm prepared today, is, I just don't know what number that is. This was a DNF, so 18, and then 19 is The Hidden Life. Oh, I meant to do some research on this first, of Cecily Larsen, and I'm going to do that right now. It's by Ellen Baker. So this is the story of Cecily Larsen. Audio. And I think I also got this from a podcast. My problem is, I know that I get these recommendations from podcasts. Most of the time I go and get them from Currently Reading. This is the podcast when I'm most likely going home after I listen to it at work. And I'm like, okay, I need to go back into the podcast notes and get the titles and search up the books and see if they would interest me and if my libraries have them. But I'm not always 100% sure, so I don't want to complicate this. So I'm going to add Currently Reading, because often when I put them on the list or on hold, I remember, but then I don't write that down anywhere. And it sometimes takes weeks until I get a title from the library. The way the holds come in basically determines what I'm reading next, which is good, because then I don't have to make that choice. It's another decision that I don't have to make. But I wish I had a way of keeping track of that without adding more to my workload. I don't think I would be able to, write all the titles down somewhere and categorize them from where I got them so I could look that up. That would be possibly the best idea or way to keep track of that. But I know myself, and I'm not the person who does that. So wishful thinking on my end, for sure. Let me grab a pencil board or something that I can use. Oh, I have one in here. Why do I never use that or remember? So I'm going to look up what I want to research, and then I'm coming back. So Cecily Larsen is a well-known person in her community. She's reputable, but she has a hidden life, and the book is told from the perspective of her, from her early life, and then from today, which is 2015, and also her daughter and her granddaughter, and to unveil, or you slowly start putting together the backstory with the current life. How does it all play together? There are secrets, of course, because it's a hidden life. The book is about adoption, love, forgiveness. And I was just wondering if the author had any connection to the story that is being told in there. There's lots of people. You need to pay attention most of the time to figure out who is who, how is everyone connected to each other. And I just found a blog post by Ellen Baker, who is the author of this book, about the announcement of The Hidden Life of Cecily Larsen, and I will link that in the description box below. If that interests you, this book definitely stayed with me for a little while. I haven't started a new book just yet, and I finished it, I think, on Monday of this past week. So today's Sunday, so I haven't listened to any books just yet. And I'm not really sure why it stuck with me for such a long time. I just wonder if this is how this society is made up. I don't really want to tell too much, because it's the secret and the revelation of how everything is connected is part of the story. But just like it's an aspect I didn't know about. And I wonder, there's many aspects in this book that I didn't know about, regarding adoption in the 1930s, in the US, how families are made up, and even going into the, I think, 1960s. And so it just unsettled me a bit. And I just wonder how many people are affected by lives like this. That's basically what kept me thinking and gnawing on this book. The thing that I of course listened to this on audio, and the problem that I had with this book was that it was always, there was anyway, and that's how they continued talking about. Anyway was probably the most repeated word in this story. And I'm usually not someone who is very affected by any of this, but it started to annoy me. And I don't know if it's because the narrator said the anyway in this anyway kind of way, and if I had read it as an ebook or a regular paper book, if I would have just skipped the anyway. But in the narration, it played a really big part. And I just couldn't at the end with this anyway anymore. So what am I going to write about this? This book was a family drama for sure. It was super interesting because if you look at the cover, there is a circus tent. And yeah, I didn't know anything about the circus either, especially in the beginning of the century, of the 20th century. Well, and that was just, all of this was very interesting to me. A family drama, interesting and thought-provoking, maybe, even if I didn't, not about my own stance on life, but just, it made me think, which is probably provoking. Okay. Books that I have on loan right now are Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. This is a thriller, I think. I know that these two both came from Currently Reading. I know that Mercury by Amy Jo Burns has been talked about on the Front Porch podcast, and I also think Sarah's Bookshelves Live also talked about this. So this has been talked about. It came out in January. It sounds really interesting. And I have this, I think this I need to return in 4 days. It's a 9-hour listen. So I think I'm going to start listening to this tomorrow when I'm at work. And then Mercury and the Sun Does Shine are both, I think, 2 weeks. So I do have a time left to listen to those. The Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton is the book I talked about last time in my Snippets from My Desk video, which was ghost written by Lara Love Hardin, whose book I talked about that time. And I didn't remember the name and the title of the book. And the minute Pam put that in the comments down below, I checked my library and got it. So book talk is done. Let me know if this way of talking about books is interesting to you. Do you put titles that I mention on your to-read list? Or even if you don't, do you put them on your I definitely do not want to read this book list? Then I wanted to show you a tiny little haul. Let me check if I can find a photo and put it on the screen here. I do have to write that down though. Photo of haul from Journal Station. I placed an order the week before. So I placed an order on Thursday. It came in last Monday. Pity order. I felt so sorry for myself. So I placed an order and there were so many cute little things as freebies included. But this wasn't a freebie, but this was a freebie. What else? I've mixed them in with some other things from my friend Brandy. This was freebie. I ordered this sticker sheet. It's from Kami Kami Chop. I think you can get those through the Black Milk Project. Then I also ordered this. This is a Miss Bulat stamp, and I love these paper boats. So I ordered that one, and then I ordered a washi tape. This is a classic-y thing, I think. And I actually discarded all of the stickers that came with it. Can you see the boats? I think there's a theme. I do think I have a very, very similar one from the Little Red House. Let me grab that. Once I first thought these were clouds, but they're not. I'm gonna grab that. Isn't this basically the same theme? I need to use my washi tapes more. Yeah, I actually thought I didn't want to buy more washi tape, but somehow I always feel bored by my stuff. And I actually brought a whole bunch of washi tape over because I wanted to talk about this. So I am more drawn to these kinds of tapes currently. This is Payon or Peon tape. I have a whole bunch of Peon tapes. I cut them. This one. And I used to, this was my aesthetic for sure, but I somehow deviated from it. This one, all three of those are Peon tapes. And I love using them. I never tire of them. I have been using them since the beginning of the year. And so I'm wondering, are people interested in buying these rolls? Should I put them as a listing on my Ko-fi? Has the time of the meatball washi tape passed? I don't know. I just don't gravitate towards those. I don't really use them in my journals. Maybe I need to make a point of using them again and seeing like this one. I really like the numbers tape, but I could also definitely share more of that. This one here. Such big rolls, and I never really use them. So I'm at a loss at what to do with them. because they don't get better staying in my drawer here. I'm really happy. So I did not buy any PET tape rolls. The only one that I bought was this one. And I just plan to share some samples with friends as well. I bought a sample roll up, like a one repeat of this one, which I really like. And I bought a repeat of this one. I probably might have purchased, well, I did want to keep my order low in price, but I might have purchased a roll if it was available. So I'm glad it was sold out and there was only a repeat left, because if I'm being honest with myself, that's totally enough. There's probably things on here that I don't want to use and I can pass them along, and then I can use those, and then I can maybe order another sample another day, instead of committing to a full roll and then having to use this in my journal all the time. So if you have an opinion and you would like to share what I should do with those, I would it would be a lot of work to put those samples in my shop, my Ko-fi shop. But if this is something that people would like, I would be willing to do that, to be able to get rid of this. But yeah, I love these. I love the stamp here. I think I already used it on a letter that I wrote. So I've been using the things. I'm not hoarding the stuff, for sure. That's definitely something that I don't want to do. This is my journal supplies for this week and the upcoming weeks. And I haven't used any of these recently because I haven't been journaling, but I'm not mad about it, because this is exactly what I love. There is one image and I can use it, and it feels fresh and new every time I pull it out. And I don't have any, sometimes you have these, oh, I need to keep this because I only have one of them. No, I don't feel bad about this at all. This was super expensive for sure, but I do feel like I'm getting my money's worth, because I get so many different images I can look through. Maybe one thing fits for the week, and then I'll add it to that, and I decorate my letters with these, and it feels really good using them. So yeah, I really need to change my mindset with that, and that's something that I wanted to talk about with you. So what are your thoughts? How do you keep your ephemera fresh? I feel a bit bored with what I have. I have so many rolls, and I also am lusting after something. So maybe it's spring in the air. Something is happening with me for sure, because I really want so many things right now. Not necessarily fountain pens. I got the fountain pen that is me also on Monday, which is this one. I have an unboxing of this coming up at the end of the month. And I feel pretty content with my fountain pen collection, but I'm seeing other things that I'm lusting after. And so I would love to talk about this and the thing that I'm lusting after. So this is what I purchased this 2 years ago, or even 3 years ago. It's the brown TSL, the Superior Labor pen roll. There is a little ink splotch right here. There is some ballpoint pen action right up here. I think it looks used, but still okay on the outside. I think if you use some leather cleaner, not necessarily cleaner, but just leather balm, you can make this look amazing. Why I'm saying you is because I think I want to sell this. I already posted it on my YouTube community board, but if you haven't seen that yet, and if you're interested, please reach out to me. I'm looking for 95, including US shipping, or I can also send it internationally, which we can talk about the price, then the total price for sure. But I'm not using it. And I'm wondering, should I use it? I don't really enjoy putting my fountain pens in here. It would work probably as a, you know, like a artsy tool roll. This fits in. They're very comfortably. Let's check out one of those mini palettes. I think this one fits in as well. Yep. It would definitely stretch the leather, but it works in here. So I feel conflicted. So either I loved this for a while, but I actually, for my art supplies, I'm using this. And this works really well for me. This is also a Superior Labor. I think this is the leather tool pouch. This is what it's called. This one is the pen roll. And you can fold it down here. You can fold it up here, depending on how big your pens are. Yeah, I'm conflicted because I'm lusting after. Maybe you saw it somewhere, because I saw several people share it on YouTube. The person I saw it, again, it's like carrots and olives. I shouldn't watch her channel at all, because this pen is definitely also, I saw it, I knew I needed it, and I bought it. So this is from her channel. And what I'm lusting after right now is the And Liebe pen case, the 3 pen slots in natural leather. It's a zipper pen pouch. And yeah, so I'm wondering, should I get it? I would love to sell this to fund the other one. But what is this green stuff? Is this oxidation, or is that just how it looks? I don't know. I did not spill any ink on here. Let me check if this is what it looks like here too. Maybe it's the copper. Yeah, there is some of this too over here. Yeah. I mean, this has definitely, what is it? I have used this and it's done, basically. I've had this in my possession for a while, so I don't need to sell it. But I wish it was used more, but I don't have a use for it. And that's basically the problem. And that is also the hesitation that I'm having with the 3 pen case from And Liebe, because I currently have 9 pens inked. Would I stuff them all in that notebook? What would I do with it? I'm going to link that pen case in the description box down below. Pen case. And yeah, so this is where my whole thought process started. This is my current lineup. I have filmed a currently inked video, but I still need to share my review and all that. So it's coming. It's just there's so many videos that I have scheduled that they are coming later in the month, and it will be there, and you will be aware of what is changing and happening, but just not right now. So yeah, do I keep doing what I'm doing? Do I want to change? I mean, it's 30 inks, 30 days, and I'm also really inspired by all the people who share their daily video. Not that I would want to make one, but my current sample stash, so I'm all over the place. My current sample stash is, where is that? Review. So I do have 129 samples at the moment. That's still quite a lot. And if I'm inking up 8 pens, or if I'm pulling out 8 samples every month, that would bring me, we are in April, so May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That would be 7 times 4 is 28. So I would be still at 100 samples left at the end of the year. What I would love to have is 0 samples at the end of the year. And so I've been wondering, how often, how frequently will I have to ink pens? Well, 129 days. So that is almost half a year. How would I be able to actually do that? Should I stop my monthly inked rotation? Should I? That got me thinking, maybe I should have 3 pens per week, because then I could justify the pen case. How would I go about that? That is what is currently on my mind constantly. And I have not started my April in my small things journal. So this is something that I'm aware of as well. I am wondering if I should continue with this. Do I call this a failed endeavor? Did I not enjoy this monthly spread because I didn't put enough energy in it? Previously, I would go and add some of my planner stamps in here that I still have. And it definitely looks much nicer and more appealing. So did I, because I didn't put this here, did I then keep myself from using it? Is that the reason why this is failing? So yeah, I have decided, she has spoken, that I want to use my rub-on stickers here and decorate April with this, and then enter what I still remember. And maybe I can make myself use this again, and maybe like one last try. And if it's not working at the end of April, even though I'm making this really pretty now, then I'll declare this as a failed experiment. I don't know. So this is one thing that is on my mind right now. Another thing, so then the other thing that is on my mind, I was talking about this just now with the pens. Do I want to change that? Is like, my thoughts right now is, okay, so I don't have to follow the YouTube, but I also am committed to sharing my pen journey on YouTube. So since I know that I have videos all the way to the end of April, maybe what I could do is keep that currently inked thing until April, then share my review at the end of the month or beginning of May, but also start on May 1st with inking up a pen almost every day and just using it for the day. Or the other idea I had was, what if I actually picked 3 pens per week and then inked those up every week, and then only had 3 pens like Drew Brown, but instead of using that forever, just having 3 for the week, and that would get me through. So if I did, okay, so that would do 3, let's say every month has 4 weeks, so I have 3 times 4 is 12 samples every month. And how many months are left? We are on month number 4, right? January, February, March, April. So if we have 12 months, then we have 8 months left. So 8 times 12 is 48. That would almost put me down half the samples that I currently have in my, well, not half, a third, but it's definitely more than what I had since the beginning of the year, basically. So that's my thoughts. I could start inking up a pen every day, maybe keeping them for a week. So I want to use that weird font of inspiration font that I adapted for myself. April. How do I do an L? I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. What am I putting here then? I guess I'm going to put here a bird or a star. How about this flower? The bird could be up here somewhere. Flower, maybe I'll put a bird up here. What am I going to put these flowers, I think? Or the house? Yeah, the house. I like the house. So that's what's in my brain. Did I finish the thought? Yes, I could ink up a pen every day in the month of May and just see how it goes. And possibly keep them inked for a week. The question would be, how would I make the videos? I could do my Sunday snippet video for that, use that. So basically, like, here is what I had inked for the week. I don't know, is that cool? That sounds so weird. But yeah, that's what is happening in my head right now. I think I want the bird right here, and then maybe the blue bird on the other side. I feel like that's basically all I want to put here. Or should I put more? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, so I'm itching for something, for some change. And I don't really know why, because I don't have a lot of time. I'm catching up on my journals constantly. I never really get to use my pens a lot. Maybe that's what makes me itch for that. I do find a lot of joy in the cleaning and inking pens and swatching the inks. And so maybe, maybe just knowing that I could, I'll put it right here, that inking up a pen every day would make me, experience a pen every day. That feels really, really good to me right now. But I also don't want to overdo it. I know that I won't be able to participate in 30 Inks 30 days because in June, because we are getting visitors. My sister is coming with her family, and it's just going to be so busy. My daughter's moving back home, most likely. Let's put it that way. So I'm probably not going to be able to do that every day in May. But I could possibly do it every day in June, but I could probably do it every day in May. So am I just doing it whenever I want to? That's one of those thoughts that I had. So, okay. Now, to recover, I don't really know what happened here. I will go back, but I think I'm going to start going backwards. What was yesterday? Oh yeah, I remember. My supervisor. How do I write that? My supervisor said he loves having me there. And I just wanted to note this because that is one great thing. So, okay, let's put it this way. I'm an asset to the team, and he likes me there. Alrighty. I also hate kind of what I really hate? That I never seem to be able to write nicely in this grid. That annoys the heck out of me. Friday. What happened on Friday? I don't know. Thursday. Oh, I bought nail polish. Can you see this? I only put these 3 on because I didn't have time to take. I didn't have enough time, but I really like this. It's kind of like shimmer ink, kind of. That was on Thursday. I'm trying to be, this is why I'm painting my nails, is because my cuticles and the sides of my fingers, because I'm picking at them so badly, it like spreads around. You can you see it? Yeah, you can. It's disgusting. I'm subconsciously picking at them. Often when I'm not doing anything with my hands, and especially when I'm driving. And then I get to work and my fingers are bleeding and I didn't even notice what I was doing. So I'm thinking, because my fingers feel weird with nail polish on, it just makes, I'm more aware that they are there, if that makes sense. I'm trying to to just be more aware, to be more conscious of the fact that I'm currently either picking at my fingernails with my other fingers, or that I'm actually putting my finger to my mouth. And oh my gosh, it's so hard. But I feel like the nail polish is helping. And so I want to get some. I have some old nail polish, but it's not drying well. So I thought maybe I could get 1 or 2 bottles and consistently paint my nails until all of this has healed and until I'm not doing this anymore. I need a fidget thing that I can use. Maybe that's actually a really good idea. Maybe I need a fidget thing that I can have in my car or in places where I don't, I have something for here. So that I can keep in my car or in places where I don't do something with my hands, so that I can consciously take that and play with it. Because I always need something in my hands. That is such a great idea. Do you have fidget spinner recommendations? Please leave them down below. I got a letter from Pam where she talked about she saw, what's his name? Ray something. Hinton. The dude with the book. Now I don't even remember the name of the book. This is not good. Anthony Ray Hinton, that's his name. The ghost written book. She saw him at a high school close to where she lives. And it was super impressive. And so she told me about that experience. And that was such a great, I'm so glad she shared that story with me. There's letters that you send to people where you're like, okay, this is my fountain pen and I'm writing with this color now. And I'm thinking of buying this thing. And it's very superficial. It's nice and sometimes it's lovely to just use your pens and the other person is really happy to receive that letter. And there's nothing wrong with those letters. I send out many of those all the time. But that letter was special. Okay, how do I write this down so that I remember? Pam, send a letter. Sharing her experience. I'll just leave it at that. Then on Monday, pity mail came in. On Tuesday, what happened on Tuesday? I don't know. Oh, actually, yes. I went to the climbing gym for the very first time in 2024 because we took Max to and Wednesday was a day spent, yes, cleaning, inking, and filming. I enjoy this so much at the moment. See, that's why I feel like I need to do this more, because this is how I'm currently experiencing my pens most. By filling them, by making writing samples, by enjoying them for a bit, seeing how I like the ink, using it in a letter, and then maybe uninking it and using another pen. This feels like it would be a really great thing to do. And today isn't over yet, so maybe I can recap. I don't remember what happened on those days. Oh, look at this. This bled through. Weird, but that's okay. Do I want to do anything with those? I feel like I want to, but I don't really know what exactly that means. Maybe I can pull out a pen. I could go either gray. I feel like this green would look okay. Should I? Or is this going to be one of those, these don't go too well together? I could put a writing sample on there. Do I have a purple? Doesn't look like it. Is there more? Yeah, I do. I do have a purple. I'm going to write, even though this is not the same paper. It definitely gives me, this purple is right here, so I could use that. How about this? How about this? I think if I don't want it to stand out much, then I should go with gray. And I think I want to go with gray. Even though the green would work, I want to outline these letters, and this is how I do that. So, this is where I am. It's not it's basically occupying my mind when I don't have a lot to think about. Maybe it's also because I'm not in that immediate puppy stress anymore. He has come a long way. Can you hear him right now? No, because he's sleeping in his crate. He is Max. Max is 6 months old today. And I should actually share my 6 months photo with you as well. That is 32 minutes and 20 seconds. Max photo. Yeah. And so maybe I have more capacity right now again. And I don't really know where to put that energy just yet. Maybe that's what is happening. I like this. I like this a lot. This works well. So, yeah, if you have any thoughts on why I am spending so much time in thinking about change, let me know. Yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear what you're doing, what you're working on at the moment. And I'll keep thinking on this. I know that the purchase of this pouch is not connected to me making any changes. I know that. But I also, so the reason why, here, let me continue and finish that thought. I really have not a lot of ink bottles. How many? 35-ish? Maybe that's completely wrong. I'll have to look that up again. Ink bottles. 58. Okay, well, that is... do I? Because I think 10 sample bottles went out, so I have 48 right now. I previously considered the 0.5 fluent ounces ink bottles from Anderolium. They call them samples. I considered them bottles because I felt they were so big, but I decided that I took them out of my bottle drawer and put them in my sample vial thing. So now I have 139 samples and 48 bottles, 10 out, 10 in. But still, I do have a lot of ink bottles, and I'm currently thinking that maybe I don't know if that's even an achievable goal. Maybe I don't want to use bottled ink. Who knows? But my thought was, what if 2024 I'm using up and testing all of the samples that I currently own, and then 2025 I will just use my bottles, and I'm not going to, for instance, I'm using this pen in April, and I put in Konpeki, and I really like this Konpeki in here. I could say this ink and that bottle, or this pen and that bottle, are kind of married. Maybe I have 2 or 3 inks that I could put into this pen of my bottle collection, and they all work really well. And I have that, that dedication, bottle and pen, or 2, 3 bottles and 1 pen, or maybe a little variety. And then if I want to use this pen, I know exactly what color goes in here. That is something that is appealing to me more and more at the moment. And so I thought, you know what? I could really completely exhaust myself with the samples in 2024, and then maybe do a laid back bottle year, or as far as I get with that idea, in 2025. It's a different way of experiencing and playing with your pens. And so in order to achieve that and get rid of all of my samples, I would have to step up my sample usage a lot. And so I was thinking that maybe that would be a good thing. Would that be a good thing? I don't know. You know, it's first world problems created for myself. So I have stuff to think about when I don't have time to play. Alrighty, I am done now rambling about weird things. I think what I'm going to do next is pull out my sticker book and add stickers just to see how I like that. And then once I'm done, I will continue finishing my journal. I think I already showed it to you. I did I have more time because I was able to already start my weekly journal spread before Sunday, which it's one of those let's burn the journal down happenings. Happy Mail, and then I put a Happy Mail thing right here. Really? Wow. However, I did not finish last week's spread, so that's the stuff that I'm going to work on after I am finished with editing this video. But I hope you have a great upcoming week. Let me know your thoughts. I have so many thoughts at the moment that I would like to work my way through, and I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. I will see you next week with another snippets video. Bye.